A high-profile raid underway Thursday at this multi-million-dollar home connected to musician Sean Kingston.
Yes. And we're here. And we're back again. Think and Say podcast. Today we have a interesting show. But before we get into our show, I want to say like, share, subscribe. You can head over to our YouTube at Think and Say, at Instagram at Think and Say What, Facebook, Think and Say What, Rumble at Think and Say, X, which is formerly Twitter, at Think and Say What, and follow us and watch the stream, enjoy the show, and let's get moving. Before we get moving, you drank your water up already?
I did. I be thirsty.
She said, I be thirsty.
You gotta stay hydrated.
Okay. You want more water?
Of course.
All right, we'll get you more water.
Thank you.
All right. So yesterday, let's introduce this young lady. Yesterday, no, not yesterday. It was Tuesday, right, Ray?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, Tuesday. We went downstairs and we were.
No, that was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday was Tuesday.
It was yesterday.
Wow, time fly fast. I wish I was having some fun. Yeah, that was yesterday.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So went downstairs to give us some promo stuff and went inside of one of the smoke shop and putting on some promo stuff. And she's like, hey, what's that? And I was like, gave it to her and she looked at it and said, have you ever been on a podcast? She said, no. I said, let's come up to the studio. I could show it to you and see what you think about it. And she came up and she was like, yo, I like this. I want to be on a podcast. And we exchanged contacts. And then she said, I'm really waiting for you to call. So I reached out to her today and said, hey, you want to hop in on the show with us today? And she was like, sure. And she says she wants to be our brand ambassador. And so we're going to have conversations. You might be seeing her more often. Things pan out. All right?
Let's go.
If she behaves herself. So her name is Maia Love. On Instagram, you can find her at... You want to say that?
I pay. Yeah.
Wait.
My ad name is at Paid Goddess One.
Yes, that's Paid Goddess One. That's your business profile.
That is my business.
Do you want to mention your personal, or you
I
want
do have my personal page at Light Skin Hustle.
Light Skin Hustle?
Yes.
Where's the light skin?
Excuse me.
Yeah,
I was just a little lighter when I was growing up, I guess. And
Stop
plus,
the cap.
You know, you're like one shade above me. You know, you like.
I mean, I'm a red bone.
You're a red bone.
Yeah, that's what it is.
I'm gonna say a funny, right? I hope it's funny. So,
Me too.
if I open your skin and look at your bones, is it gonna be red?
Wow.
I'm just messing with you.
So corny.
Yeah, I know. I've been told that. But hey, once I can laugh at my own jokes, I'm funny enough to satisfy myself. That's all that counts. I'm just messing with you.
Okay.
Well, everybody, I'm so shy. Guard so shy. Most people call me so shy. All my friends call me so shy. So family as well, but you can call me so shy too, right? So today, all right, we have an interesting show. So as you guys can see on the thumbnail, it says rapper, singer Sean Kingston and his mom jailed for fraud. So that was kind of interesting that someone that I know, she was like, hey, you should do something about Sean Kingston. I was like, yeah, I know that's in the news cycle. Maybe I'll look into it and do something about it, right? So I spent some time yesterday pondering on it, and today I woke up. Would you believe I woke up at 5 a.m. this morning, and I started working with the designers, the developers, talking and going over some things, updating some promo material, and writing on a full article about Sean Kingston and Diddy. So we're gonna be talking about Sean Kingston and Diddy, and his divesting, the divesting that he's been doing in his companies. So let's without further ado, we're gonna pull up the article, but let Ray move to what he was gonna do, and Maya, you and I will take turns in reading the article. Well, yeah, that I wrote. So, everyone, I hope you can understand my writing. If there are any typos, don't blame me, blame Maya, because I had her proofread it before it was PDF'd. Okay?
Therefore, there won't be.
I hope so. I didn't read it after you. I wrote it and had you proofread it. So let's see if it's all okay. But we're gonna have an interesting show, guys. And Maya is fun. She likes to laugh. We've been cracking jokes. She doesn't seem uptight. I tell you why she doesn't seem uptight. I'm gonna give you one thing why I know she's not uptight.
Why?
Because I asked her about her hair, and she didn't get all twisted out of shape. She took it easy. She smiled and do her thing with her hair. And you see, she's posing right now. Sausage. I want to say sachet shante. That's what you're doing.
I don't know.
She's doing her posing, right? So
I love my extensions.
yeah, I can see that. Your Instagram, you have blue, pink, a yellow, blonde.
Yeah.
Man.
No, I'm a Barbie. Whatever color you put on me, I can rock it.
You're a Barbie.
I'm a Barb.
Are you an independent Barb, or are you a Nicki Minaj Barb? Did you get your Barb status from Nicki Minaj?
I mean,
Don't be mean, be kind.
what can I say? Like, I love Nicki. I'm definitely a Nicki Minaj fan.
so-
Am I a Nicki fan? What?
Okay, so yes, guys, you see where she got her Barb status from, right? So you have Nicki Minaj tattooed on you anywhere?
No, but my love for her definitely runs deep.
All right, so
A tattoo wouldn't
really,
explain it.
yeah, okay, I got you. All right, so everyone, we're gonna get in the show, but let me grab some water for you first, right?
Yes.
All right.
I'm parched.
All right, I'm back. I had to give her some water. I filled her cup before we started, like twice, almost, and she drank it off.
Damn.
Yeah. Hey, I guess fish like water, so.
Oh God.
Call me my other fish.
Maya the fish.
I want him to that tuna fish pan white bread, brother.
You want that? Maya is American,
He
so
got jokes.
did you understand that?
I'm Haitian.
Oh yeah.
Remember?
Yes. So she understand. All right.
Yeah, man. Crab.
All right, let's get into the show, guys. So, as you guys can see, what it says in the article, right? It says, this was recent, so just a few days ago. All right. Before, in the past, Sean Kingston had gotten some issues. I believe it was something over theft some time back. And so with this happening again, this was like right up his alley. And so we'll get into it. So I'll start with the reading first. So on June 3rd, 2024, Sean Kingston, whose real name is Keyshawn Paul Anderson, age 34, and his mother, Janice Turner, age 61, were both arrested on June 3rd as SWAT raided his home in Florida, in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Sean was arrested in California because he was doing a show in California. So he was arrested in California on May 23rd, where he was performing in Fort Irving Army Training Base. And that's where they picked him up from. So it goes on to say, according to the report last week, he waived his right to flight extradition in a California court and agreed to be turned over to authorities in Florida. All right. So he had no choice. And I've read some articles, watched some clips, and apparently his mom has been doing some nefarious things. When we watch the remainder of the video, you'll understand, right? So you and I were talking about that, and I asked you if you're familiar with Sean Kingston, and you said you're familiar with Sean Kingston.
Of course.
So,
Who doesn't love beautiful girls?
All right.
Way too beautiful girl. I love that song.
Yes, that was back in what? What year did that come out? 2007? Let me look it up. Sean Kingston. Beautiful girl.
It was a while ago.
Yeah, yes. I think it was like 17 years ago.
I'm sure I was in middle school when that song came out.
Yeah,
I don't remember.
She probably wasn't
even know what year it was.
Yeah, we're gonna tell you. We're gonna tell you. I'm gonna tell you when that song came.
2007.
2007. I was right.
I was in 7th grade.
Yeah, man. 2007. Damn. Wow. So that's a long time.
You know, I gotta play one for the old ones.
Damn, all these beautiful.
No. Copyright.
That's all they get, though.
Oh.
That's all they get.
So, yeah. So he was a big star then. Big star. I even have it in the article I wrote.
Facts.
Right. So Maia, you can take so where are we at? So let me scroll on too far. Where did I stop at? I went to
according to the reports.
Yeah. So yeah, according to the report, Maia, you can take it from there.
Okay. So according to the reports last week, he waived his rights.
I read that already.
You read that?
Yeah. But you can read it over already.
No, if you read it already.
Yeah.
So do I start where
he subsequently
he subsequently flown back to Florida where he and his mother were both charged with committing more than $1 million worth of fraud. Oh my God.
Yeah, $1 million worth of fraud.
Whoa.
Right? So
he's the real scammer.
I think it was more so his mom.
Well, yeah.
I think it was more so his mom doing it.
Or his mom is taking the blame for him.
No. I think because not pointing the finger, right? People love opulence. They love the glitz and the glamour, right? She's 61 years old, single woman, living in a mansion.
But she could be taking the fall, though. You know, kids love to do that.
You think so? He's 35 years old. No, 34 years old, I believe,
if
right?
If he's a mama's boy, I definitely believe it.
Well, you don't know.
Have you seen the movies where, where the last resort is call mom? Especially guys.
Okay, so when they raided his house, according to the video, he was in California performing, right? And according to the article, an article I read, when I was doing my research, and some videos that I watched from national news station. Okay, so from national news station, it appears that she is the culprit because she's charging things or getting it delivered using her tactics, and when after it's delivered, national news station.
I mean, as a 61-year-old,
Mm-hmm.
$1 million worth of fraud. Seriously, what could, as a 61-year-old?
Really? Listen, I like to tell people I'm 100 years old, right? Because I've seen some weird things. You're 27, right?
Correct.
And you can attest to this. I'm sure you're going to agree with me that you have 50, 60-year-old, 65-year-old women out there dressed in like they're in their 30s and 20s trying to compete with you at your age.
Facts.
Yes or no? If you're I know you're gonna. I know
There's
you.
a whole song about it.
Yeah.
What song?
Got a small waist, got a cute face, small waist, and a big bank. Why you hating on a B? You're my mama's age. You don't know that song, that TikTok song?
No, I'm not really on TikTok like that.
All the girls dance to it on TikTok.
Okay, despite me being
Come
on
on.
TikTok 10
Mhm.
minutes ago, I only go on there to go live. I don't really like all the trends. I really don't know about the TikTok stuff. But
Okay.
what song?
Stop the cap.
So you're saying that you don't. He's familiar with the song. I'm not familiar with the song, but I'm going to be familiar with the song after the show. But
Gotcha.
I'm going to ask the question again. Are you saying that you don't see women that's in their mid to late 40s and 50 and late 40s, early 40s to 40s and mid to late 50s, even 60-year-old woman dressing like they're in their 30s?
I definitely see mid 40s, but I can't agree to late 50s and 60s. I don't. I mean, maybe I'm just not around them, or I don't see that.
Maybe you need a new pair of glasses.
Do this to them.
Yeah, maybe you need a new pair of glasses because I guess I'm the one that have perfect eyes and you wearing
I
glasses.
do wear glasses, but I wear reading glasses. You know.
I guess you're not reading them properly, so your glasses you need to change your glasses because I
mean,
definitely Ray. Haven't you
everybody
seen
would
them?
Seen what?
Women in their 40s and 50s dressing like they're in their 30s and even competing with girls in their 30s and even in their 20s.
All the time. All the time. Every day.
It's all over social media. Women that's in their 50s
I do see it sometimes. But
Okay.
It's not like it's not like a constant thing where I'm always seeing older women compete with us. I mean, I feel like everybody has their time. Like maybe in their younger years they didn't have that freedom, and now they're older, they have that freedom. I don't
Facts.
judge.
True.
You have a point there. You have a point there, but how are they getting their freedom? How? Well, I shouldn't say it like that. It almost sounds like they were locked up, right? Right? But how are they? How are they acquiring their freedom?
Well, everybody aspires to be young. Everybody's looking for youth in the present.
Yeah.
So, I mean, you never know anybody's storyline. So maybe when they were growing up, they probably had a baby at an early age, or they probably were struggling financially. You never really know. And then now that they're older, they got a little bit. They're older, like.
So the kids are all grown.
Kids are all grown. No one can tell them nothing. And then who is gonna tell grandma anything, anyways?
So you are admitting that grandmas are out there dressing like they are.
I'm
they're
not gonna say I don't see them. I'm just saying I don't run into them as frequently as probably you.
Well, I don't try to run into them. I just see them. When I walk down the strip, or I'm going to the store, and I look at a woman, I'm like, "Woman, you look like you're 50." I mean, why do you have Jamaicans say body rider shots? In America, you
Where
guys.
you be hanging out at?
You go to any store.
Brother,
When last have you been? When last
I
have
was just at the smoke shop yesterday when I met you, and I can guarantee you from my trip to my house to the smoke shop, back home, I didn't run into nothing like that.
have you? When last have you been to a grocery store?
I go to the grocery store all the time. Publix
Or-
is right here.
or the mall.
Walmart.
Or the mall?
They better not be at the mall.
Oh, they're at the mall.
I know that. Really.
They're at the mall with their jeans.
Have you seen them at the mall?
Yeah,
Ray, you have?
of course.
With their jeans cut.
You see, there's a difference though. We're actually looking, not at them, but just at women in general, because that's what we like.
Exactly.
Got you. No, I look at women too. I like women too, but I'm just not looking at that. I don't know. I'd be too mesmerized by the pretty bad ones.
Okay. All right. So let me continue. Let me continue reading this. Kingston's mother, Janice Turner, age 61, was arrested the same day as her son, when a SWAT team raided his rented mansion in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. You would think that he would have bought a home with all the millions or money that he's made. He's going to rent a mansion.
stupid.
Yeah, that's ridiculous. You know, he's going to rent a mansion. I don't know. And they're renting a mansion and scamming. So they're living above their means.
Whoa,
All right.
brother. Whoa. Now,
That's
you got
crazy.
too much dip on your chip.
Yeah.
I honestly, had a slight thought about Sean. I guess when that happened, I'm just like, what really happened to him though? Like, he really just had a one-hit wonder with beautiful girls. And
No, he had other.
he had like 2 other songs.
Yeah.
2.
But when you just need to make one good song, and then everything else can be filler. Just trust me. Even those people that they call one-hit wonders are making crazy money.
I agree. As soon as they play the song, but fast forward to 20 years later, you're gonna be doing fraud with your mom. Like, no, we have to keep up. I guess what I'm saying is, like, he really didn't do anything to keep himself relevant.
Well, listen, he was in California doing the show, so obviously he has some kind of relevance. He was in an army base doing a show, so obviously people are still requesting his presence as a performer.
Yeah, the hits, like you said, like when you have a hit, it's a hit. You
Yeah.
know? 20 years, 30 years, people still jam. We're still jamming. I listen to sometimes, not all the time, but music from the 80s, the 90s sometimes.
Yeah, you want to look back before you can look forward, right?
Right.
So you want to know where your parents came from,
Exactly.
right? So you listen to their music so you can probably try to understand them somewhat.
You know what I'm saying? He didn't drop no 2020 music, 2027. I mean, come on, 2007, 2007. I mean, like, that's a long time. What song has he dropped then?
I don't know. You know.
So what was he performing at the concert? Beautiful Girls?
Probably. I don't know what he was
I
performing.
know he has some
Maybe
features.
he was performing the song that say you have to call 911.
Somebody call
911. Exactly. So, all right. So before we continue reading, Ray, let's pull up that video and play the other part and see what they're saying, and then we can continue reading. So, we're leaving off at they were both
charged.
They were both.
They were both charged.
You
with-
see, you made them. You didn't. They were both been charged. They should have. They were both charged. You see, that's why I said, don't blame me. I wrote it. I was doing a bunch of things at the same time, so I gave it to her for her to review it. I didn't read it afterwards, so it's not my fault. But hey, it is one of those things that will happen. But as time goes on, she will get better. If she's around, she'll get better. You know, you all right?
Everybody makes mistakes.
Yeah, everybody makes mistakes.
But I can
You know-
assure you that's the only one.
You know what? That's why I'm happy that my name is not everybody. So I don't make mistakes.
Gotcha.
All right. So yeah, let's roll the clip. Yeah.
They look just alike.
Yeah. He looked just like his mom.
Kingston back in Broward, and his latest soundtrack sounds like this.
Organized scheme to defraud, personal identification, grand theft, fraud, insufficient funds check.
The judge reading off a laundry list of his charges after he was arrested in California, where he was performing and brought back to South Florida to face allegations of fraud, more than $1 million worth.
And Mr. Anderson allegedly committed these offenses while on probation in the state of California for trafficking in stolen property.
Somebody call 911. The fire burning and beautiful girls recording artist Silent. His mother is also facing those charges, accused of using his name to get luxury goods released to them. And then once they'd get it, investigators say they just wouldn't pay. They'd even name drop other celebrities like Justin Bieber to get discounts.
She's this entire story that Sean sells to
Oh my God.
unsuspecting vendors.
Where's
across
her
the
wig?
country.
Kingston seemingly unfazed despite the raid at his home in Southwest Ranches. A massive entertainment system seized and taken piece by piece.
Wow.
A luxury ride was removed, pieces of
A
furniture.
Bentley.
Bentley.
Yeah.
The company claiming they were duped by this mother and son. But while
Pause that.
video
Yeah, back it up right there when he say, I play that again. He moved on to the dark side. Yeah, when he said the dark side.
piece by piece. A luxury ride was removed, pieces of furniture and other boxes. Company after company claiming they were duped by this mother and son.
All right, pause it right there. So that's kind of perfect how that was edited, because all of what he's doing is on the dark side, right? But that's the life he wants to live. That's the life they want to live. It's a shame of what's going on, because it seems like celebrity after celebrity just been getting swooped up by the feds, right? Go ahead.
I guess, I mean, not all the celebrities, just the ones that's been doing dirt, and they think it's not gonna come to light. Everything comes to light.
Facts. Exactly. All right, so let's pull up. Let me pull up back the article again. Minimize it there, so I can pull up the article. We can start from they were both charged with conducting an organized scheme. Wow, an organized scheme to fraud, grand theft, identity theft, and related crimes, according to the arrest warrant released by the Broward County Sheriff Office. Right. So when I was pulling all of this together and writing my parts to it, I found it interesting that I wondered how long they were watching watching the both of them, or it was just the corporations that called them and say, "Hey, we're being frauded by Sean Kingston and Janice Turner."
I think it was a mixture of that and just, they putting pieces together. If because it's like from Cali, and then they got him performing, then backdoor arrested him out here in Florida.
He had a case in Cali where he was on probation for misdeeds of similar kind, right? So the fact that he was on probation is going to make it worse for him, right?
Definitely.
So according to what it's saying here, scroll down, Ray. Where they were both where they were both charged. Where they were both charged. All right. So all right. So earlier, so the warrant alleged that they stole money, jewelry, furniture, and a Cadillac Escalade.
Damn.
Right. So they had the Cadillac Escalade. They had the Bentley. Maybe the Bentley was paid for.
Right. But why was it seized if it was paid for.
Because of all the fraud that because if you think about it, if they did something fraudulent, they're going to take everything.
Oh yeah,
right. They're going to take everything, right? So according to the fact that they had to take everything because they need to recover some money that were lost for these folks that the wrong was done to, so I don't blame them for seizing the car if the car was actually paid for, but apparently they were after anything. It's kind of like when the big publicized raid on Diddy's place,
right.
They went in and was taking everything that they possibly could take that they assume had some kind of info or give them some kind of information to clarify what their thoughts or what the warrant was about.
Yeah, I mean, once they have the correct evidence that they need, they could put whatever
exactly
thought together.
Exactly, and I think that's what they were after. So when they seized his Bentley, hopefully it was paid for. I would assume so, because in this case, the Cadillac was clearly mentioned, right?
But it was mentioned as a stolen.
What? The Cadillac, not
the Bentley.
Not the Bentley.
Right.
Right. So, but as I put right here, let's give some credit. Sean is a Jamaican American performer with the #1 hit "Beautiful Girl" back in 2007, and has collaborated with many others, including Justin Bieber, on the song "Eeny Meeny." Remember that song? "Eeny Meeny"? No, she don't remember that song. It was a hit too.
Was it?
Yeah, it was a hit.
It doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah. See if you can pull up that and just we probably I don't play it.
And I like Justin Bieber. Actually, I like his song.
Here's a good pull up that song but play it without. All right, pause. Yeah, you remember that song? No. Yeah, man, that was a big. You can close out. That was a big hit.
Well, did it come out last year?
No, I think that was back in. When did that come out, Ray?
Man, I don't know. I don't even know the song.
He doesn't know the song either.
It was a big hit. Look it up again.
In 2010. No.
That's when they posted it.
Yeah. What year did it come out?
I think it might have been leaked.
No, man, it
There's
wasn't.
no date. It looks like it's been leaked.
Look at the Vivo. What was it put out on Vivo? Vivo will be accurate because.
Or you could put release date.
Yeah, release date. Yeah, he had a couple of big hits. 2010. Yeah.
It was
March
recorded in 2008.
Why did it take 2 years?
Red tape. You can. They're artists that record. They're artists that recorded song 5 years, and you hear it and you're like, man, that's a hit, but it was recorded 5 years ago.
Oh.
There's artists recording songs that they wrote when they're 18, in their 30s, and they're making hits.
Mm-hmm. All right, close that out and pull back up the article. All right, let's scroll down.
Do you want me to read this one?
Yeah.
This is about Diddy.
Yeah. All right. So before we get to Diddy, right? Let's play the rest of the video with Sean Kingston to hear what. Let's complete that.
In jail video dropped on World Star Hip Hop's YouTube page using local tent footage of the raid and the arrests to give him street cred, I suppose. Prosecutors fought for no bond in this case.
Hey,
Stupid.
that's how the music industry is. I'm wondering sometimes these artists do these things because they want the kind of credibility, because they're going to drop something new and they want the people to check them out, so they do something to be relevant.
Yeah, man.
And sometimes the labels are behind it, right?
Yeah.
And the label will get the best lawyers to wipe the case away.
Yeah, they're trying to bring him down, it sounds like. What?
But his lawyers on it. He got out of jail, and maybe he's gonna. Let's see if he's gonna be dropping something, and maybe they think it's going to be a hit, so
What
they're
about
doing
the
it.
mom?
The mom.
His mother was arrested during that
Yeah.
raid and appeared in bond court today.
Ms. Turner, you are here pursuant to a warrant.
61-year-old Janice Turner, mother of artist Sean Kingston, in court Friday morning.
You are charged with count 1, organized scheme to defraud over $50,000. Count 2, criminal use of personal identification information.
She and her son are facing a series of theft and fraud charges after Broward County Sheriff's Office carried out a search warrant at a multi-million-dollar mansion tied to the musician.
Yeah, a multi-million-dollar mansion being rented, right? That's a lot of money just being.
That's what Lil Baby be talking about. Cars and everything. These rappers, they rent them.
Yeah, that's money just going down the drain, right? So he's renting a mansion. He's probably paying $25K a month, maybe $50K a month, because that's a mansion he's living in, right? But why would him and his mom need a mansion to live in?
Why?
They don't have a house. It's right here in Fort Lauderdale.
They could get a regular house in a gated community, live modestly, rather than renting a multi-million-dollar mansion and probably paying anywhere from $25,000 to $50,000 a month.
I think they're bankrupt. I think they probably went bankrupt a few years ago, and maybe the fraud helped them out, and they kept doing it.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a.
Thank you.
They're.
I'm so intelligent.
Yes. They're morally bankrupt. They're morally bankrupt as well, right?
Yeah, I mean, like, it's no other explanation, because he was like, a famous, singer, because he's not a rapper, right? So he's a singer.
He does both.
What rap song he got?
He does both, but mostly he's known for mostly singing.
Yeah, so as a singing artist, like, that's what I'm saying. He should have at least dropped some more songs to keep himself relevant. Like, as a singing artist, like, his 2-3 songs in like
Maybe
so many years. That's what I'm saying. So where's the money? Like,
maybe he couldn't because people keep calling 911.
I mean, so like, seriously, realistically, why doesn't he own a house? And then again, if you own a Bentley, you own a Bentley
$250,000
to park at your rented mansion.
It's
I don't
giving
understand.
broke.
Yes, it's giving broke. It's giving I don't have nothing.
Damn.
Yeah. But listen, that's his choice, and his choice has gotten him and his mom.
My question is, did the mom get out? Is she still in there? Because he's out.
Yeah, he's out, but I think they didn't grant her. I think she's still in. I think she's still in.
Mama.
Because when I looked at it this morning, earlier on today, he was released, right?
That's what I'm saying. She probably is taking the fall for him right now. I mean, I don't feel like she has a lot to do with the fraud. She probably she knows what's going on, of course,
Ray, pull up before we get to Diddy, pull up a video to see. He was released. He was released today. See if there's a video of the release.
But what's her personality type? Like, does she have social media? Is she
I
the
don't
type
know, but that won't tell you because
is she
people
one
are
of those grandmas you're talking about?
right. Exactly. Because why would she need? She has a son. I mean, it's like she's living vicariously to her son. She's letting her son work, pay all the bill while she live in a mansion and go around.
Breaking news right now.
You know. All right.
Well, that's what a mom of a superstar should be doing.
That's what a mom of a superstar should be doing.
Yeah, if you really think about it. Just chilling, because that's
Yes.
exactly why people work.
Absolutely.
But in a mansion, you know, while frauding, their priorities are out of whack.
Yeah, it's backwards for sure.
You know,
That's
There
why
are
you should be in the studio, not
Yeah.
scamming
True.
with the rest of us. So, that's all I'm saying.
yeah.
There
Oh.
are some moms of artists out there that really want to get themselves out there because they're artists. I mean,
The moms,
yeah, NBA Young. What's her name? Like, people know her by her name.
NBA young boy's mom.
Yes, Blueface's mom.
Aren't they like 50 years old?
Yeah, but I'm telling you, like, they voice their opinions, and when it comes to like anything with their sons, they're definitely voicing it, and the blogs will post them as well, their opinion and everything. They're not staying quiet, you know. They're not chilling. They want everybody to know, hey, I'm the mom.
So you think they're cloud chasing?
Of course.
They're
I
cloud
can't remember
chasing.
her name right now. You know, I was living in Houston, so you know,
Cloud
Louisiana.
chasing mothers.
Yes, NBA Youngboy. She's definitely NBA Youngboy's mom. She's definitely one of them. I can't remember her name. If I was still in Houston, I promise you I would have remembered her name.
So he's NBA young boy. Is she NFL old girl?
I'm sorry.
Oh my God.
That's it. He's NBA young boy. Is she NFL old girl?
Oh, I never get the jokes.
This guy stinks!
Hey, anybody that knows, if I can laugh at my own joke, it's funny to me. All right, let's see what they say, what they're saying about his release today.
Breaking news right now at 9:30. Singer and rapper Sean Kingston bonded out of jail in Broward County about 15 minutes ago.
Let's get right to CBS News Miami's Larry Seward live in Fort Lauderdale. Larry, you were there when Kingston walked out of jail.
I was there, and members of his family. We saw his mom, we saw his sister. He had personal security. There were a couple of other people. They were not interested in talking with us, but they were celebrating Sean Kingston as he walked out. And I want to show you, take a listen. This is the moment Sean Kingston, also known as Keshawn Anderson, walked out of the Broward County Jail just minutes ago. Sean, did you steal jewelry? Sean, did you steal furniture? Sean, did you defraud people?
All right, what are we at?
Did you run a scheme? Did you run a scheme to defraud people?
Watch your step!
But what the hell, boy?
Oh, watch your step! Yeah.
Really, Adiana?
That is a little bit of the exchange. We tried to ask him questions over and over again for about 3 or 4 minutes. The only question that he answered was as he was getting in the Maybach that pulled up to take him away. I asked him if he owned that Maybach or if it's rented, and he told me it is mine. Check the license plate. He is facing felony charges. He's accused of running an organized scheme to defraud, fraud, grand theft, as well as several other charges. His mom is also facing charges. She is a co-defendant in this. He was arrested last week in California as he was preparing for, or as he was at a concert at Fort Irwin out there in California. His mom was arrested at the home Kingston rents in Southwest Ranches. Her case is separate from Sean. He has been locked in the jail here in Broward County since Sunday. His lawyer yesterday told us that he was extradited after signing papers that he was coerced into signing. That's immaterial now as he's back here in Broward. He was able to post bond $10,000 his family had to put up. They had to prove that this money was not stolen. A judge certainly signed off on that. And again, he was released from jail here in Broward around 9:15, saying very little to us, did not answer any questions about the allegations, but he did walk away with his mom cheering. We're live in Fort Lauderdale. Larry Seward, CBS News, Miami.
So it appears that his mom seems like she's still in jail. because
No, he said he walked away with.
no, with his mom.
Yeah, isn't that what they just said?
I must have missed that.
No, play the last 20 seconds of the.
No, I think I.
No. Just the last.
I'm in Fort Lauderdale. Larry, answer any questions about the allegations, but he did walk away with his mom cheering.
Oh, okay.
They were cheering.
Okay. All right. I guess they're both out of the slammer.
That's good news.
Good for them. Yeah. Good for them.
Rest in peace. I mean, rest in peace.
Wow.
Hey, Sean, I don't think she meant to say that,
I'm
man.
sorry.
So
Free.
I was gonna make it funny. I was wondering, like, when they said that he had a whole litany of entourage, I was wondering, how is he paying them if he's broke? Is he paying them with water?
Oh shit.
He said that was his Maybach.
Yeah, that was his Maybach, but
Did you believe that?
I'll reserve my thought in terms of if that's his Maybach, because if they took his Bentley and the Maybach pulled up, it might be his, but it may be in someone else's name.
Or he could still be paying down on it.
Or he could still be paying down on it.
His could mean just in his possession.
Yes, yeah, that's definitely true.
Why did he feel like he had to? That was the only thing he told the reporters. That's literally the last thing.
Because the world is probably calling them broke at this point.
Well, as they should.
Of course, that's exactly what they're gonna call him. They're gonna say that he's broke because
Mama definitely had her wig on.
a wig. You mean now?
No, in the last video when they were leaving jail, because the lady had hair and this lady doesn't have any hair.
Facts.
I'm going to reserve my thought. I just let the people make their judgments on the picture that they're seeing. Sean Kingston have hair, but I let them I reserve my thoughts, and people can form their own opinions.
Let's get into Diddy.
All right, yeah, we can jump into Diddy, right?
Yeah, you want me to send a C, Diddy?
Mm-hmm. Definitely. So hey everyone, Diddy apparently, you know that Diddy has been in a litany, like a windstorm, a hurricane, a tsunami of lawsuits. So he has just been divesting all his assets. So today I got a notification, so said, let me look up what's going on with Diddy, and I read that he was divesting all his assets. So I decided to watch a clip to see what was saying, and then I started writing down some notes, and I came up with what's here, and again I had Maya read it over. So if there are any typos or any overwording, don't blame me. Blame it on the rain. And if the rain is not falling, blame it on Maya.
Facts.
I'm just throwing you under the bus, huh?
I know, right? Like,
don't worry.
I don't think it shouldn't be any.
I make sure the bus have good brakes. You know,
okay,
you're a good sport. You're a good sport. You're a good sport. All right, so you want to take it away?
Throwing me under the bus and all.
Yeah, but at least I'm making sure that the bus have great brakes, so you won't have to worry. You'll be safe. It won't be running over. You'll be good. Good brakes.
Gotcha.
Right. All right.
So,
let's
Sean Diddy Combs has sold all of his stake in Revolt, the media company he founded. After a tsunami of lawsuits and allegations accusing Mr. Combs of all types of assault, he has completely severed
Severed ties with the company.
Severed ties with the company and its staff. They totally separated and disassociated. That's a spelling thing. Disassociated from each other. The company's chief and executive said in a statement. Revolt. In January, after the lawsuits were filed against Sean Combs, he agreed to start the process of separation from Revolt, the media company that he founded more than a decade ago.
Hold on. So, as guys, as you can see, everybody knows what's going on with Diddy. Like, it's a worldwide, right? I mean, people that are living in huts in Antarctica probably heard about Diddy.
Probably.
Right? I think even some of those animals that they found frozen and been defrosting them probably heard about Diddy. Probably that's why they've been defrosted, because all of that heat that Diddy's getting is just having them been, helping them to defrost from.
You are not good at jokes.
I know. You know what?
That was a joke right there. You're not being good at jokes.
Yeah, that was a joke right there. But hey, listen.
That was a good one.
Yeah.
Hey, listen.
Yeah.
I have a new agent, a new writer.
Where?
Right in front of me, the one that says I'm not good at jokes. So I'm assuming if I'm not good at jokes, I am not good at jokes. You can write my jokes.
I mean,
don't be mean, be kind.
You're gonna get that out of my vocabulary. I see.
Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
Funny. But yeah, about Diddy though.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. He's very famous. Like, how old is he? I think it's because
54.
he's been in the industry for so long. 54?
Yeah, he's 54. Right? He's 54, right? Yeah, 54. Yeah, I think that's what I looked at when I was pulling all this stuff together.
I did not know he had so many kids. I thought he just had 3.
When you live the life of a king, you can have a whole bunch of kids.
So how many does he have? Facts. Actually.
He has twins.
Right. I knew about the
twins. He has Justin.
And Justin. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, the Christian. Yeah, Christian.
Who?
Christian. You have Justin, Christian, the twin girls. And I think he recently have a baby.
Love.
Yeah. So he has a total of, 3 girls and 3 boys.
So he has 6 kids.
And then the one that he raised, Albie Shores. You know who Albie Shore is?
Who is she?
She said, who is she? Albie Shore is a singer from the past. Yeah, I don't think
I'm not familiar.
You probably weren't even born then.
Probably not. Here we are talking about old music. Music is just so universal.
Yeah. Right? He was a big artist back in the day.
Oh, it's a he.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Albie, it sounds like a woman.
I'll be sure.
I'll be sure.
Yeah.
I'll be sure.
Yeah.
I'll be sure.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, you sure you want to get into music? I'll be sure you want to get into music. Kind of like, that's how he came up with his name.
I gotcha.
I'll be sure.
I learned so many things. Like the other day, my cousin, she sent me a video, and I would have never thought, like, at the end of the video, I learned something. So, do you know the background about the show Jerry Springer?
Yeah.
Yeah, she sent me the video, and I was like, "Whoa, that's crazy! He was a politician."
Mm-hmm. But he was a serious content creator. Jerry Springer, how Jerry Springer was, is actually what's going on with many podcasts now. We have a whole bunch of women having discussion, women talking bad about men checking them, putting them in their place, giving them facts, giving them information, and they're cloaked in green, kryptonite, because there's no accountability, right? They want all the validation.
I'm starting to think kryptonite.
And no accountability.
You mentioned kryptonite earlier, so I'm starting. I thought that was a good thing, you know.
Kryptonite?
Right.
Okay, so you ever watch the Superman movie?
Mm-hmm.
And when they bring when he's around a certain stone, a green stone or a rock, he start getting really weak, and then all the villains start beating him up. You never trust me.
I mean, it was a long time ago.
When I shouldn't say
Producer.
trust me.
I just don't remember. I'm trusting you though. I feel what you're saying.
Yeah, you should go watch a Superman movie and look at when they make him weak and then they're beating him up. They're using kryptonite because that makes him weak. A woman now.
Oh yeah.
For a woman, that's kind of like her strength, right? But what she stays far away from it because it makes her weak. So, so she don't want any accountability. No accountability, so she stay far away from kryptonite.
Some women.
To make her strong. Right? Some women.
Some.
Let's put you to the test.
Round 1. Fight.
If a guy that you like, well, you say you're into.
I'm bisexual.
Okay, but let's say a guy that you like, right? And the guy says something that makes you feel hot and fuzzy, right? Warm and fuzzy inside. It's going to work well for that guy, right? Because he said something that turns you on.
I mean, no, I'm probably
Talk closer to the mic.
No, probably it's not going to make me feel no type of way, but I'm definitely probably going to give him a little time I would hear him out.
Okay. What if the guy that you don't like said the exact same thing?
I mean, I don't judge. I would still hear them out. No, I would definitely hear whoever out, whether I like them or not. I'm a very nice person. I really am. You can ask anybody. Even if I don't want to hear you out, I would hear you out.
Never underestimate. You have that one?
Of course.
Why do you feel like you don't believe me? Because I'm very honest. I'm very truthful, It doesn't matter how. I don't like anybody, to be honest with you. I don't like anybody, but...
You hear what I just said?
I heard what you said, but...
Did you hear what I just said? Play it again, Ray.
Underestimate a woman's delusion.
Oh my God. I'm not delusional. I promise you. Like, even when we met, like, you were giving flyers, and then, I'm at the smoke shop. So me and her, we're looking at each other like, okay, he's just trying to advertise, Like,
yeah.
you remember, like, I was, but until you started explaining yourself about the podcast, even though I didn't want to hear it, I was just ready to take the flyer from you and go about my day. But when you started elaborating, I heard you out, and then I was like, okay, I love podcasts. It's very intellectual. So, I like stuff like that. That's why I'm here.
All right. So I'm going to bet on this one.
Yeah.
When we bring more girls, more girls in the studio, and you're going to sit in, you're going to see for yourself how questions are going to be asked, and they're going to evade. They're going to go around a circle. They're going to go left, right, east, west, north, and south without giving a direct answer.
I mean, the only thing I could honestly say is I probably wouldn't be as much attentive as I am listening to the guy that I don't like.
So at least you finally admit some truth.
I mean, I'm really trying to be nice.
Don't be nice. Speak the truth. Because by being nice, you're actually lying.
You didn't get that.
What? I didn't get that?
You didn't get that. No, because I said I mean. And every time I say I mean, you like, don't be mean. Be
nice. Exactly. No. I know. I'll get you the next time around. I see what you just did right there. You set me up, and I dropped the ball.
Yeah. I mean.
Don't be mean. Be kind.
Wow. Okay, trust me. I'm gonna learn how to not say that.
Yeah.
When I'm around you.
Yeah. All right. So in January, after lawsuits were filed against Sean Combs, he agreed to start the process of separation from Revolt, the media company that he founded more than a decade ago. Sean Combs has been facing mounts of legal issue over allegation of assault and physical abuse. And for that reason, he has sold his majority stake in Revolt, the TV network he founded. The company unannounced. You shouldn't even see that. You missed that. The company announced on Tuesday, June 4th, 2024. Right? So the process of divesting is a legal process. So he has to say, okay, they go to him and say, hey, if you stay on as the chairman, you're going to cause the equity in the company to get reduced. People are not going to be favorable to the company, and they're going to
liking him right now.
They're going to lose trust in the company, so they don't want him to stick around. And lots of the time, when a person owns a company or have interest in a company, they have to sell their ownership. They have to divest in order for the company to retain its level of integrity. Yeah. So he had to do that.
I hope that never happens to me. Now some more water. I'm thirsty again. I stay hydrated. Just gotta stay hydrated.
I'm gonna just give you that much, so I have more to give you later.
Thank you. Oh wow. Preserving the water.
All right, so
Here, this brother, yeah.
I'm gonna drink it
All right.
slowly.
Yeah.
I'm gonna drink it. I'm gonna try to drink it
Too
slowly.
The company's largest shareholder, at Revolt, is now made up of its employees, its chief executive officer, David Detavito,
Detavio.
Detavio.
Yeah,
Wow.
Detavio Samuel.
When I was grabbing his name looking for the CEO, I was like, how do you pronounce his name? I'm just gonna copy and paste it. I'm not even gonna worry about pronouncing it. I'll worry about it when we're doing the show, right? Because it to me is kind of like a tongue tie.
It
Right?
is. It is. Is that him right there?
Yeah, that's him right there.
He thinks he's a cool guy. Him.
I don't know. He's a cool guy.
He is Detavio, man.
Huh?
He's Detavio.
Sounds like he'd be mad if he heard you were getting his name wrong.
Well, I apologize, Detavio. I'm eyeing this camera right here. Let me apologize personally. I want
We
to apologize
don't
to
care,
him.
Detavio.
Detavio, I'm sorry for No. I'm giving the man his respect, right? I mispronounced your name, so I'm going to pronounce the name right. Detavio. Now that I can pronounce it, and it's not a tongue tie for me, I respect you. And you have the name of the famous, the great and famous, legendary Kevin Samuels, right? If anybody knows who Kevin Samuels is, right? So the Tavia Samuels, maybe they're related. I don't know. Just, all right. So he's the chief executive officer of Revolt. So Revolt is best known now, right? Revolt is best known for the widely popular video podcast Drink Champs. Anybody knows that Drink Champs is a very popular podcast. You know about Drink Champs? You don't know about Drink Champs?
No, I know about Carisha Please.
Well, if you know about Carisha Please, they're under the same umbrella, right? And Carisha Please, because Young Miami, that's Young Miami, right? And
She belongs to the streets.
all right.
What?
You haven't heard what she said in one of her interviews?
What'd she say?
She says, I'm a real whore. I'm a for real. She said it.
She said that?
Yes, she said it. She said, and the guy asked her again, and she repeated it. She's like, I'm a real, like, she said it. Right?
I mean,
Don't
why?
be mean, be kind.
Why? Realistically speaking, realistically speaking,
Mhm.
that's all her and JT ever talked about.
What, sex?
Being a whore.
In their music, right?
In their music, yes.
Yeah.
So I mean, she knows who she is. That's what I was
belongs to
telling.
the streets.
Okay, I understand. She probably belongs to the streets. Whatever they say,
She probably.
status quo. You know.
I bet you if you walk down on the block, you'll find her apartment at the corner of the street.
Facts.
She looking
She's
at
a millionaire. I promise you, she's not gonna be in Hollywood.
Well, are you saying that?
If anything, she'll be in Opalapa.
Opalaka?
Opalaka.
So are you saying that even in where millionaire lives, there's no corner of the street?
I'm not saying that. I'm saying young Miami would probably most likely be in the streets of Miami.
Yeah.
Not Broward.
It doesn't. It's a figure of speech.
Gotcha.
This two bomb.
Anyways, she is living up to her, like she's
Her reputation.
Her reputation. That's all I'm saying. You can't be mad at her for that. You can't fault her for that. I mean,
Why? I can't fault her for that. Listen.
For knowing who she is. They're already calling her that.
Knowing who she is and then going out there and recording music and playing it for young girls to dance and and sing along to. That's deplorable.
Yes, but I feel like that is the climax of the whole rap music, the rap industry for women. Because it's not just her, it's a lot. She already had her taking it. She's just owning up to it now. There's so much Sexy Red. There's so many rappers, artists out there that like worship prostitution and sex and all of that. So I mean, that's the world we live in. It's not okay. I'm not saying that's okay. What I'm saying is that's the world we live in today. I don't know how it was like in the 80s and 90s.
So you listen to that kind of music?
I do. I'm not gonna remember I told you I'm honest. Yes, I definitely listen to it, Get it sexy, You just have to be positive, I don't have any kids personally. If I did have a daughter, I would be more involved in, like protesting against the rap industry. If I did have a daughter, yes, I would very much be more worried about that. But I don't have a daughter. And then it comes to parenting. So this is the world we live in. So you should, up your parenting a notch. These are the songs that are out there.
You made an interesting point. That if you were a mom, you would be more responsible.
Yes, of course.
Right, up your game as a parent.
As a parent.
You know what programming is?
Yes.
Okay. So, you ever hear someone say, "I'm gonna get a software programmed" or something like that?
I've heard of it.
Okay. Programming is essentially you can take a blank computer, and you upload software to it. You program in the software, you write codes, and make the computer operate how you want it to operate. Right? That's like our brain, right? So what you put in is how you're going to perform. So the kind of music you listen to. So now when you have children, so let's say you hear that Young Miami and JT and Sexy Red and the Menages of the world and the Megan Thee Stallion of the world performing that kind of music. And they know you have a daughter, and let's say you are 33 now, and your daughter, let's say you had a daughter
2 years ago.
Let's say you have a daughter by middle of next year, right? Let's say you get pregnant and you had a daughter by the middle of next year.
We're fast forwarding, okay.
Right? Yeah, because it has to be, I'm making a point, right? And one of those artists that you listen to, and your daughter is now, let's say, 3-4 years old, right? And the artist that you listen to, your daughter can understand now because she's cognizant of what mommy says, right? Gotcha. And then that song come on. You're going to be like, oh, that's my song. And you're going to turn it up. Forget that your daughter is sitting in the back seat.
I wouldn't do that.
You wouldn't do that? That's not true because I've seen.
Stop the cap.
I've seen people do that. I know someone that has done that, and I had to reprimand her about like, hey, you have a daughter, you can't be playing that kind of music.
I don't
And you know
have
what
a daughter, and I wouldn't do that.
You know what she said to me? Leave me alone. I'm grown.
Bruh.
That's what she said to me.
That's, you know, what you're thinking right now is how I think. When it comes to the school system, education system, not the music and entertainment system, I think about that like when if I did have that daughter that you're talking about, I would think about that when I send them to school, because of the other kids that have parents that think they're grown and that's okay for their daughter. You know, me personally, I wouldn't even think to play that around my kids. If I'm gonna do, I'm more like, you know, like I'm already introverted. So when I do my dirt, or like when I like to turn up, I do it on my own terms, on my own time. I especially would not do it with my daughter in the car. That's not my time. That's me and my daughter's time going to wherever we're going to.
That's a good point. All right, let's carry on with the next. You want to take the next one? Mr. Combs started Revolt over a decade ago to represent. Yeah, you can take that.
Okay. Mr. Combs started Revolt over a decade ago to represent and boost Black music in the wider music industry and on television. Though the business has significantly shifted from cable to digital media in recent years, boasting an impressive 2.8 million subscribers on YouTube since it started its podcast network in 2022.
Sean Combs right there.
Diddy's business empire has dwindled significantly since November after Cassandra Ventura, his former girlfriend, known by her stage name Cassie, filed a riveting. Did I say that right?
Riveting
lawsuit accusing him of years of all types of abuses and assaults, which was settled out of court a day later. However, 6 more lawsuits followed from women who accused him of the same kinds of abuses and assaults. In lieu?
Yeah. In lieu of these lawsuits.
In lieu of these lawsuits, all 100% of Sean Combs' shares have been redeemed and retired, Mr. Samuels said in the interview. He is no longer chairman. He is no longer on board. He has no shares, no equity in Revolt. We have completely separated and disassociated from each other. However, Mr. Samuels declined to say how much Mr. Combs was paid for his stake in Revolt. After Diddy was
ousted.
Yeah,
kicked out.
Ousted from the company, there is no majority owner in the company. In the interview, Mr. Samuels, who joined Revolt in 2020, said that even before the lawsuits, Mr. Combs had little to no interaction with the team at the company, which has more than 110 full-time employees. Under the new structure, current and future full-time employees will receive equity in the company. Mr. Samuels said with the staff that is made up of about 80% with people of color.
Yeah, with people of color.
With people of color, the company is aiming to address a history in the United States of allowing Black and brown people to build multi-trillion-dollar industries without allowing them the benefits. Mr. Samuels went to say, what we realized is we were all we needed. And I love that because, you know, like, it's really hard for us in that type of industry, you know. That's just a big industry. And that's what I say, like, when it comes to, like, I don't want to go back to the scenario, but when it comes to, like, you know, the music, that kind of music that we were just talking about, like, even the kids in the elementary schools, like, I seen on the blogs, like, these kids, they sing the songs at school. Like, that's what I would be worried about, like, sending my daughter off to that, because other people, they don't parent like me. So that's very, very scary.
I have a daughter, and when I hear the type of music she listens to, it annoys me. And when I explain to her, she tells me, oh, I just like that kind of music. And I'm like, what you listen to is how you're going to react. And you can shelter the children, you can shelter our children, but when they go around their friends, they're going to want to be like their friends because they want to be accepted.
Exactly. And I think that's because of the school system and just in the environment we live in, period. Like, it's different ways of parenting, I feel like. So you can go about it one way and you can go about it another way. If that's how it is, if that's how the world is, then sheltering is not the best way to go about it, obviously. You can't shelter it from them. But you can go about it in a way like, okay, you see this, like you hear this music, you just program. It comes back to programming them.
I have a point to make. So you say that when I put this together today, it says allowing black and brown people to build multi-trillion-dollar industry without allowing them to benefit, right?
Without allowing them the benefit.
Mm-hmm. Right? And the quote that I made sure that I put in from what he said in the video, where it says we are in the interview, what we realize is we are all we needed. That statement resonated with me in many different ways. The reason why the music industry is controlled by people that are not musicians, they're controlled mostly by lawyers and accountants, is because when the people, the artists get the money, they're not interested in owning those assets. They want to go buy the cars. They want to go see all the beautiful girls, right? That makes them suicidal, right? And the executives, these guys are stupid. They don't care about the business. They just want the fast cars, the flashy lifestyle, the nice looking woman, and that's all they care about. So since they care about that, let's care about the business. Let's take the money that we're earning from investing in what we invested in and go buy all the assets, right? So when he says what we realize is we're all we needed, he made that's a point that sits with me. That sits with me deeply, because if all these artists that were making hundreds of millions, 500 millions, 300 millions, took their millions, they could have bought a distribution company. Right? Let's say Diddy, instead of buying a car and throwing all these lavish parties, he says, you know what? I'm going to take $100 million of my money. And I go to Jay-Z and say, $100 million of your money. And I go to this other company, this other artist and this other artist. I'm going to take $50 million from you, $25 million from you, $100 million from you. I'm going to go buy this distribution company. They now be able to distribute their music so they can dictate what kind of music is distributed out into the world. Now we have a group of people that don't give two flying shits about the people, certain communities, right? And they pump in the music in these communities, right? So the communities that he's talking about, the black and brown people, according to the article, all right, that's the type of music that's been pumped into the community, right? It's not been pumped into other communities, but it's been pumped into the community that only care about flashiness and living the lifestyle of, they want to live like kings and queens, right?
It's like programming brings me back. It brings me right back to programming. It's like, let's talk about not music, but financially. Financially, America is programmed for the rich to stay rich and the poor to stay poor. That's how the tax system, or however, financially it's harder, but it's a scheme. It's a scheme. All of it is. And you just have to know how to...
all of us, I believe all of us can get rich if we had the proper education and or have money.
They didn't let us. Remember?
No.
I mean, they didn't make it easy for us.
They didn't let us do what?
Like, they didn't give us all the things that we needed to be able to be knowledgeable to get further in life, instead of, between the music and the hardships. Harder for us.
Who made it harder for us?
I'm not trying to put blame, but
Are you saying
scientifically proven now that us, us black people, we have it harder. Like, it's harder for us. We have to, like, literally dig deep and, how can I say, like, crawl out of all of those insecurities so we can be something. That's exactly what the article is saying, right? And you have these types of companies that they make it seem like they're for us, but then again, they don't, the people, they don't benefit. It's just like that last sentence says, they have the multi-trillion-dollar industries without allowing them to benefit.
I have, like I said, I have a difference of opinion, because if all of us in the room made $10,000 and we took 10% of the $10,000, right? Which is $1,000. That's $3,000, right? And we put it together to do something productive. What's going to happen is that after the money starts coming in, before the $3,000 goes in, people, they're going to be like, why put you put the money in first, and then I'll see what's going on, and then I'll put some money in, right? They don't want to put the money in together. They want to wait until one of them do it first, and then they put the money in, right? And then after they waited and put the money in, then they want to demand the same amount of control or the same amount of equity. And not that they don't deserve something, but they can't have the same amount, right? And when money starts coming in, if both of them, or the three of them, or four of them, five of them, whatever the amount of people that is involved in that initiative, if one of them start sowing bad seeds, messages, and said, oh, him over there, he's saying this, and he over there, she over there, she's saying that, and they don't have actually a real discussion like, hey, what's really going on? No, what's really going on is somebody's trying to sow this dissension between the group and cause problems. Because there's one thing that I noticed, that what other groups can do well as melanated people, African diaspora people, we have a problem doing well. We have a problem staying loyal to each other.
It's not that we have a problem. I just feel like, I understand.
We have a problem staying loyal to each other.
I can't agree to disagree with you, but I understand what you're saying. And all I'm going to say to that is, you are a product of your environment. So after so long of being treated like this, it's like when you put a rotten fruit next to a perfectly fine fruit, the rotten fruit is gonna rotten the fruit that's perfectly fine. So it's like with your scenario, yeah, it's a good scenario, it's a good example, and somebody would have to take the initiative. You know why? Because although all three of us are, we're the same and we come through the same struggles, somebody would still have to take the initiative, because we're still the product of the environment that we came from. So we're not gonna see it until it's done. Like you said, that's when it's done, that's when
they're gonna believe.
But it's now, you can't fault them. It's just like God says, you can't really fault somebody for not knowing something. If they don't know, they don't know. So you have to turn the other cheek. But
I'm not turning no other cheek.
But some of us are stuck in our ways sometimes, and they see, then they believe what they believe, and that's okay too.
I remember when I was younger and I wanted to do something in music. And I had this great idea. And I went to this one guy, and he had a label, he had an indie label, and he had a group. I think it was like 4, maybe 5 guys that could sing, and he had a couple of rappers. And I had a group too, and I had a singer, and I went to him and I said, "Hey, I have this group, and I have a singer, and I no longer want to be in music as an artist anymore. I just want to manage the process." So I came up with this idea, and I said, "Okay, let's find other independent labels around in Miami, Fort Lauderdale, Palm Beach. Let's gather them all together, right? You know some, I know some, and we can all do 2 songs, put them on one album, right? So 5 labels, 2 songs on one CD. That would make 10 songs, right?" And he was like, "Yeah, that sounds good, but I don't know." So he was the labels that I know of. He was closer with them. They were like cool with him. And when we first talked, they was like, "Yeah, man, that sounds really, really good." And then after a while, I noticed they started ghosting me. And then he started ghosting me. And I also had a friend that was in videography. So he went to the friend after maybe about a year or 2. And he presented the same idea to my friend. And he was like, "Hey, isn't that Gart's idea? You didn't want to do it with him, but now you're here trying to do it. Come with asking me to do the film because now you want to do the music and they have the film and everything, all the components, but you didn't want to do it with him." And you know what my friend did? He called me and he told me what the guy was trying to do. So I called him up and I said, "Listen, I know what you're trying to do. I will have my attorney contact you if you push through and try to do it." Because he had all the information because I spoke to him about it. So he knows, and he has the date, right? Part of it I was bluffing, right? But part of it I wasn't bluffing. He knows the date because I spoke to him about what I wanted to do, and I give him some documents of what I wanted to do, but I didn't tell him everything, right? But the guy, I divulged everything to. So he knew exactly how the process was supposed to work. But what he didn't know as well, that this guy that was my friend also got cool with the other guys from the label. And they got wind of it. And it caused them not to be able to do that. Had we done it 2 years, we would have been, because it was of course, it was a bunch of us. And the idea was each of us were going to do 1 CD with that. And each label is going to take the music and they're going to sell it themselves. They're going to take a percentage of the profit and they're going to put a percentage of the profit in the jackpot. And then we're going to use that to further move things along. It never panned out because we have a problem sticking together.
Yeah, but yes, we do. But sometimes people are forced, like I'm going to bounce back to the example you had prior. Sometimes people are forced to step outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like, let's say, just because we didn't want everybody in this room with 1,000, we didn't want to execute like as fast as you wanted us to, and we were like, okay, I'm not gonna force you guys, I'm not gonna argue with you guys. You go find a whole 2 other people, a whole group of people, and they don't give you no problem. As soon as you say you need this and that, this is what's gonna happen, $1,000 each. That's it. It happens right then and there. So
you mean when you say happens right then and there?
So your example
that
prior.
They give the money or they walk away?
No, they give the money. They put the money up. So it's no difficulties as far as coming together.
I don't understand that point that you were just trying to make.
My point is...
Repeat.
Maybe
I missed something.
Yes, you did. I was bouncing from the example we did prior, where you said let's all put $1,000 up for a cause or something. Right. So you remember you said we would have difficulties because we can't stick together. So mind you, what if you went somewhere else to where it wasn't any difficulties? that's what my point is. Sometimes people are forced to do that. So
I got you.
And it's just like, as far as what we just talked about right now, nowadays there's copyright, there's trademarking, there's so many things.
It's always been around. All of that has always been around.
It's always been around.
Always been around.
I mean, so you shouldn't really have any problems. If something is yours, there shouldn't be any problems. Like, you stood your ground in that scenario.
Yeah, but exactly, it doesn't matter. In other scenario, it doesn't matter. The problem is the other group of people know how to stick together to be able to control what we create.
Facts. That's true. But that's just the problem within ourselves, because we don't know how to stick together. That's exactly a product of our environment.
But then we blame those people that know how to stick together and say they're stealing our culture.
Because they steal it and then they do it better. They succeed. They actually.
You hear what you just said?
Yeah.
Because they steal it and do it better. They actually succeed.
And yeah.
Because they know how to stick together. They know how to stick together.
It's a sad story.
And so to the point where he's saying that Black and brown people have been working and doing their part, developing multi-trillion-dollar company to then not be able to benefit from it. It's not because they don't want to not benefit from it. It's because they don't know how to stick together to benefit from it. Right? Even though I say this, I respect this one artist, even though I don't know much about him, but his name is also Sean, right? Sean Carter, right? Jay-Z. People are saying things about him. However, we don't know. Let's see what's going to happen, right? But when he puts his hand on, he did some people dirty in the past, and some people are really salty about what he did. Damien Dash and other people are really salty about what he did. And did he do them dirty in the past? Yeah. It's obvious how he did certain things that, it could have been done differently, but maybe he's changed his behaviors because everything he's done since, he's made a lot of people financially secured. There's another one, 50 cents.
Yeah.
Right?
All about him.
So it's not that all of us don't know how to stick together. It's that there's so many people that want to be bosses, but a certain boss will shine and there's not much for him to have to show that he's the boss. People will just resonate with him because he has that certain characterism about him that people say, okay, that's the boss. Right? And he don't have to go and say, I'm the boss, beating my chest, I'm the boss. People just know that based on how he carries himself or she carries herself, that's the boss. Right? The problem
you and your wife are equal.
The problem is that those guys, some of the guys that's in that group, they also want to be the boss. So they'll try to undermine the boss. While the boss is just laying back and observing. Right? So I just wanted to clarify that point that he made about the multi-trillion-dollar industry without allowing them to benefit. I partially, I'm going to say I'm on the fence. I'm 50-50. All right. With that, I guess you have any last thought?
I guess my last thought is sometimes it does take that one person, the boss, to pave the way for others.
Facts.
Good point.
Thank you.
Yeah. So what do you think of tonight's show?
Oh, I had a blast. I really love.
Even though I wasn't funny?
I mean, I can take all
Don't
the
be
corny
mean,
jokes
be
and-
kind. Well, you always have to be mean. I'm just trying to be a better version of myself, and you just keep being mean.
I ain't even gonna lie. You remember the person you said when I told you I was a Gemini? You like maybe there's a twin over there. My twin is actually really mean.
I want to meet
She
that
is
twin.
really mean. Yeah, and you said that too. You're like Geminis. You guys are mean.
I want to meet that. I think I would get along with the mean person.
Really?
Yeah. I think I'd get along with the mean person.
I don't like showing her because I like being nice. So
You see that's been fake, because the real you is the mean person. So you use the nice part of you to overshadow the part of you that you really want to be, and then now I don't get to meet the real you. I get to meet your representative. I want a mean person.
really, my representative.
Yeah, the nice bubbly side of the Gemini is that's the representative. The real person is the mean person. That's who you really are. That person I'll be able to get along with. That person I could be able to talk my shizness with. you
Okay.
I can't talk my shizness. I can't be like blunt, because
You can. You
Yeah?
can. I'm
So
just not gonna probably I'm gonna
if I'm
be funny about it.
You're not gonna be funny about it. So if I'm blunt and I say something that hurt your feelings,
No, I am gonna be funny about it because I'm not gonna want to get mad.
Why
right?
not? Why not? That's who you are. We want to see the side of you that makes
I don't
you.
like to be mad. I really dislike.
You're like the Incredible Hulk. You don't want me to see when I'm angry.
I don't like being angry. It's just who wants to be angry?
Not being angry. I'm just I use that as example, but I'm not saying being angry. I'm just saying be who you really are. The natural Maia hate, not the Maia love. Right now you're being not no Maia love. It's Maia hate.
Oh, that was a good one. Okay.
Yeah.
I see
Right.
what
So
you
I
did
want to
there.
meet Maia hate. I don't want to. Maia love is too bubbly. Right. It's okay to be bubbly, but let me meet the other side of you. Like if I lift up the cap on the pot and I'm looking I want to see what's percolating in that pot. I want to see what's bubbling in that pot.
Yeah, boy.
No, you don't.
Yeah.
I guarantee you.
I want to see if it's gumbo or if it's curry, some curry soup, some
Probably
pepper
gumbo.
soup.
Habanero peppers.
Yeah, I want to see. That's the one I want to see. I'm gonna pull it out of you.
You are curious.
Yeah.
You're curious soul, huh?
Yeah. Because I see it when I look in your eyes. I see two. I see your eyeballs, and then behind that, I see there's something there.
You don't see anything. Was that a joke?
No, I'm dead serious. You're covering up something.
This is me. This is me. I don't have nothing to hide.
Stop the cap.
You have nothing to hide.
Shy.
Stop the cap.
Maya is like, I'm like an open book, you know?
We're gonna find out.
We will, because I'm definitely looking forward to tuning into the podcast, to being on here again, you know? I loved it. I love the experience. We're talking about stuff that's actually going on right now, and I feel like a lot of people my age, we don't really dip into what's actually going on in the world, especially now. It's so much. You got bridges falling, fires. Like, it's so much going on. These artists, their dirt is catching up to them. You know, so much.
Something is always happening. A whole bunch of distraction.
Why do you say distraction?
Because I think that's a lot of what's going on. A lot of distractions are going on.
What are we being distracted from?
What's really happening?
What is really happening? Talk to me.
Why?
We'll talk about it in another show. We'll talk about some probably some laws that are changing and some things that we've been forced to do and we shouldn't have been doing it, and what's causing us to get in certain predicaments that we shouldn't be in.
So y'all tune in. You know, we're gonna be getting into some stuff, getting into the real. And
Some of the stuff we can't. I don't think we can do it on YouTube. We'll probably have to do it on X.
X.
Yeah.
Oh, we have that too.
Yeah,
Sure.
and probably Rumble if we can get a Rumble thing resolved. But yeah, well, guys, we want to thank you for watching. Those of you that are watching that have hopped off. If you're gonna watch it in the replay,
Let us know y'all comments about Sean and Diddy.
yes, Sean and Diddy. Yeah, put something in the comments. We are at 317 subscribers right now, but we have something coming, and I think we're going to double those numbers in the next coming weeks, months. I think what we're going to do is going to really change our subscriber base.
Let's go.
And
Y'all could win something.
yeah.
Spoiler alert.
So, yeah. Yes, she just let a little bit out of the bag, but yeah, it's something
You're
is coming,
welcome.
and you guys are going to be able to experience it live every time we do it. So with that note, please like, share, subscribe.
Follow us.
Yes.
Follow the page.
Yes. And if you want to get on the podcast, you can message us on Instagram. You can message us on Skype. You can call or text 1-844-PUT-ME-ON. That's 1-844-PUT-ME-ON. Again, 1-844-788-6366. 1-844-788-6366. And if you want to get on the podcast, you can also, when you call that number, you'll be able to book the studio if you want to do your own podcast as well. And you want to support the channel, you can go to thinkandsay.com/donate, and you see ways to donate. You can donate to us to cash. Chat.tips. Chat.tips. Or
You got a Cash App? Is that what you meant to say?
Yeah, I was going to say that first. Or you can do our Cash App, and you can find us, look for the question mark shaped like in a head. Make sure you look for that one at Think and Say, Cash App Think and Say, and you'll be able to support the channel. But if you go to thinkandsay.com/donate, you can see the ways you can support the channels. If you have any show ideas, you can go there as well, and you can be able to submit your show ideas to us, so we can have some ideas to do shows on what you want to hear about. And with that said, I want to thank Maia Love, right, for being with us today and helping us go through this one. Thank you. And
It's my pleasure. I love being here. I love being here.
Yeah. So as time go on, we're going to get our subscriber numbers up, and so we can have way more people watching. Right? So thank you guys, and good night, and see you again. Of respects. All right.